Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Winter Solstice Championship. I'll be your host for today, and my name is Jeff Thorne. This is stage 5 of the women's race, and it's going to be an exciting one. Starting off with the teams for today, we have from Las Colombias, Dorancy, Sora, Gira, and Rosalina Bargen. And for Team Strong Girls, we have Faye Faber, Fiona Schroeder, Lisa Bromel, and Mandana Dekan. For Spartan obstacles, we have Katrin Fuhrer, Lois Norale, Carupe, Maria, and Andrea Azate. And for Soul Cycle, we have Sandra Melina Valencia. And for individual women, we have Kimberly Miller and Sofia Estrada. Today's stage is not a TT stage like we saw yesterday. Of course, it's still going to be 35 kilometers in total with a total of 7 segments. Yesterday, they were removed as it was a full-blown TT stage, but for us, it's going to be fun because they are back. We're going to have 5 1-kilometer segments, which are going to be pretty fast and pretty sprinty, and then we'll end the stages with 2 5-kilometer sections. The elevation for today in total is 429 meters. So it's going to be an interesting race to start off. They're going to come off with a nice downhill. I'm guessing these segments are going to be pretty fast. The course is going to level off a little bit, and then they're going to start their climb to end stage 5. So just under 3 minutes here. We'll go ahead and let the ladies warm up, get their watts up, and we'll come back for the start. So just under 30 seconds now until our ladies kick off stage 5. And it's going to be an interesting stage today. We saw yesterday, who the real time trial specialists were. But all of these ladies competing with us today, all 16 of them, did get through that stage. Luckily, glad to see them all here on today's start line. And it's going to be anybody's race. I think we're going to have to keep our eyes on Faye Faber. Hopefully, she is recovered pretty well from yesterday. She put out an amazing effort leading pretty much the whole stage, almost wire to wire. And I think we're going to have to keep an eye out for Katrine from Switzerland and Melina Valencia, of course. So now the ladies are kicking off, and they're already pushing almost 300 watts, 40 kilometers per hour. So they're not taking this stage. This first segment here, lightly. They are off to a great start right now. Up front, we have Faye Faber, Kimberly Miller, and Fiona Schroeder. And all the girls are in a really nice pack right now. Looks like we have a lead out by Sofia Estrada. And she's just going for it already, pushing over 330 watts. Going to try to establish a gap, maybe pull a tactic like Faye Faber did yesterday, establish a nice gap, and try to get a segment win coming up here soon. Let's go ahead and let the ladies get settled into their pace. So at the back of this pack, it looks like we have Jaira and Melina Valencia. A couple stages ago, Melina Valencia had a really good tactic of just falling off the back of the pack and gearing up to take a segment win. So we'll see if she's going to be pulling those same tactics today along with Jaira. It's going to be interesting to see. So pretty soon we're just now going to be approaching the start of segment one. We had a nice group of ladies up front. We got Jaira up there, Faye Faber, and then at the back of the pack you saw Melina Valencia. I'm kind of keeping my eyes on her on the iPad to see if she's going to do anything crazy. But as of now, looks pretty content. Off the front, looks like a pretty big attack from Jaira there, pushing over 420 watts, 46 kilometers per hour. Yeah, it looks like she really wants this segment one win. But if we switch over to Melina Valencia, she's pushing over at one point there, 560 watts, major spike. So it looks like she's going to kind of pull the same tactic. It's not about where you are within the pack to get these segment wins. It's about how fast you start the segment and in the segment. So it's timed individually for all these athletes. But one thing that you do get when you're working up at the front is you do get a little bit of draft and a little bit of pull, get some assistance there from your fellow racer. So Melina Valencia, she's just doing this full on TT style, kind of like yesterday's 35K stage. But this 1 kilometer, she's going all out. And it looks like she's about to pass this pack pretty quickly. Approaching the pack now, about 59 watts, 58 kilometers per hour. Hopefully she gets this one. I'm thinking she'll get this. We'll see what the results say. They say Carupe with Melina Valencia in second and Sofia Estrada in third. That was interesting. That's an interesting result. Congratulations to Carupe with a time of 1:12, and shortly behind is Melina Valencia at 0.03 seconds. Now that is a very close stage finish. And Sofia Estrada as well, 0.094. That is incredibly close. The top three women have edged out fourth place of Lowe's from Spartan Obstacles with about 1 second. So here, I'm sure we'll see the girls cool down just slightly, kind of get settled back in their pace, and get ready to attack stage two. So just watching Gyra here, looks like she's trying to cool down, stay with the pack, not let them get too far away. And that's what she's really going to have to do for today's stage 5 is keep with the pack, try to get her placing up there in the overall rankings to keep her in the contention for the yellow jersey. While we have some of the girls in the back again, like Melina Valencia, she looks like she's just out to grab segments and get a couple extra bucks in her pocket, and there is nothing wrong with that. But this main pack here, it's hard to call out a leader. I mean, Kimberly Miller and Fiona Schroeder and Faye Faber, they're all up there, of course, but nobody's really separated at this point. So we got one big pack just trying to get through today's stage 5. And if we're keeping track of watts and heart rates and RPMs right now, you can see everybody's kind of spinning a higher cadence. They're all just trying to cool down. And I think we're going to start to see some attacks here pretty soon for segment 2, which starts at 5K. So we're just about 200 meters out from the start of segment 2. It's going to be another fast, punchy one because it's another 1 kilometer. But now we can start to see the pack kind of pick up speed, pick up their watts. And I'm going to scroll on my iPad here to check on Melina Valencia. Yeah, she's pushing 150 watts, just hanging out. And I think she'll start to turn it up here pretty soon. She's still, yeah, just over a kilometer away from the start of segment 2. So here we go, the start of segment 2. Everybody's still in a really nice pack. Watts aren't jumping up too bad just yet. Everybody's sticking together. And of course, there's the one we need to look out for is Gyra. She has been on a fierce attack these past few stages, trying to secure that overall yellow jersey. And if she keeps going at this pace, I think it's very, very doable for her. Right now, we can start to see the pace pick up. Faye Faber's out in front. Sophia Estrada, Kimberly Miller, they're all kind of just swapping back and forth right now. Nothing too crazy going on with the pack. Watts are coming up to above over 300, pushing almost 48 kilometers per hour. This is not easy work to do. I don't even think I can hang with half of these ladies, to be honest. Pushing over 5 watts per kilo. That's just impressive. These women are true specialists here in the esports world. So just under 300 kilometers to go to the end of segment 2. We have Gyra off the front. No surprise there. But I want to scroll back and take a look at Melina. She is, nope, hasn't started segment 2 yet. But she'll be there shortly. We'll see if she launches an all-out TT attack. Gyra now pushing almost 7 watts per kilo, coming to the finish line of segment 2 here, with Sophia Estrada and Lisa Bromwell chasing her down, both pushing very high watts per kilo. And Madonna Decan, she is up in there as well. So we'll have to see the overall results once most of the ladies come through. And there we have it. Gyra so far, time of 1 minute and 22 seconds, put a 1 second gap on Sophia Estrada and 6 seconds on Madonna Decan. It was really nice to see Madonna up there as well as Catherine. So this is going to be an exciting stage 5 to see who can take it. But again, I am going to check. Now, Melina is at the start of segment 2. And yep, there she goes. She's popping off the watts now. And she's going to try to take this away from Gyra. Pushing 540 watts right now, 7.9 watts per kilo. This is an amazing effort by Melina Valencia. Fully in the drops on her avatar there, as she should be. In real life, she'd be doing the same exact thing, I'm sure. This is really good pace and tempo from Melina Valencia. I think she can really take this segment win away from Jaira. She has just under 500 meters to go. And she is not slowing down at all. Pushing over 47 kilometers per hour right now. 300 meters to go. Heart rate's up in the 180s. RPM 70, so she's pushing a really big gear right now. 600 watts is her output right now, coming up to the finish line of segment 2. Let's see if she can do it. Go, go, go. And there she's through the line now. So let's go ahead and try to see the results. And she takes it. She takes it by a lot. Milena Valencia with a time of 1 minute and 13 seconds, about 8 seconds on Jaira. And that is an impressive segment for Milena Valencia. 532 watts as she came through the line at 7.2 watts per kilo and a heart rate of 180. And if you compare that to Jaira there with 317 watts, 5.5 watts per kilo and 135, that just goes to show how hard Milena was pushing that. So congratulations, Milena Valencia, on taking the win for segment 2. So now we're about 500 meters away from the start of segment 3. And we can still see the tight pack of women up front, always swapping for that lead position here. But no surprise there. That's kind of pack riding, if you will. So 200 meters to go to the start of segment 3. We still have Jaira up there. I wonder if she's going to kind of fall back and maybe try to steal the segment 3 here. We're just going to have to wait and see. But her main objective today is going to be just sticking with the pack. If she can get a couple segment wins, great. But she really just needs to stay with the pack to get her overall classification secured. So now we're at the start. Just rolled through the line here. Watts are starting to pick up, cruising at about 40 kilometers per hour. And we can see Jaira moving up into the pack there. No real attacks just yet. And as soon as I say that, completely thrown off by Karupe. She is going for it now, pushing over 440 watts. Heart rate's getting up there. High RPM, though, surprisingly. She's not pushing a super fast gear, or if she is, then she is pumping it really, really well. So you can see the finish line. It's just in sight there, 500 meters to go. Hopefully it wasn't too little of a attack too late. Hopefully she can get her name up there in the overall segment win. And now you have Jaira launching her attack as well. 500 watts. This woman here, Jaira, impresses me so much with her watch. She can put out so much power and sustain it for so long. Her and Faye Faber really put on a great show yesterday for the TT stage. They really know how to sustain their power for a long period of time. So we're going to see who it comes down to. Karupe is just coming now through the line for segment 3, as is Jaira, followed by Faye. Then we have the pack right behind Faye of Katrine and Kimberly Miller and Mandana. But again, let's scroll back to Milena Valencia. She's still a kilometer away, cooling down, 74 watts. She's not putting out a lot of power right now, but right now, the overall standings for segment 2 is going to be Karupe with 1 minute and 18 seconds, followed by Jaira, 1 minute and 21. So Karupe put 3 seconds on Jaira and a total of 7 seconds on Faye Faber, down in 3rd place for Strong Girls. But we're going to have to wait on Milena Valencia as well, because she could easily mix up those results. So you can see on our left side, we have the main pack women just sticking together, getting a nice cool down while they approach segment 4. And on the right side of the screen, we can go ahead and see Melina Valencia. She's going to have to start to pick up the pace here pretty soon. She's got 300 meters to go until she starts segment 3, and hopefully can snatch another one away from the girls in the top 3 there. So here we have Melina Valencia start segment 3, and now she starts to pick up the pace, pushing over 350 watts into the 400s now. Speed of 52, 53 kilometers per hour. And yes, as we have predicted, she's going to try to take the segment 3 victory. And she's just putting out another stellar performance, just like she did on the last segment. If she can keep up this wattage, then I don't see why she should not be up there at the top of this segment. She's got just about 600 meters to go. She can see the finish line on her screen now. And she is not slowing down one bit, still pushing over 400 watts at 6.3 watts per kilo and a speed of 47 kilometers per hour. She is definitely moving. Finish line's in sight now, pushing over 500 watts, 187 heart rate. Heart rate's way up there, way past threshold. 586 watts, 45 kilometers per hour, 8.5 watts per kilo. As she comes across the line, we're going to have to take a very quick look at the overall standings and see where she ended up. So through the line now, and there it is. Of course, Melina Valencia is the winner of segment 3 with a time of 1 minute and 17 seconds. So 1 second over Karupe and a total of about 5 seconds over Jaira. So that looks like her MO in this this series so far is just taking up those stage wins. Each stage or segment win is $250 USD. So she's getting paid today. On the left of the screen, our main pack of women have now started segment 5, or excuse me, segment 4. About 300 meters to go. Nobody's launching really any crazy attacks at this point, except for Faye Faber. I always seem to speak a little too slow, but Faye Faber off the front, she's going to try to get her times up there. And of course, Jaira is going to try chasing her down with Dorancy right behind her. Coming through the line now for segment 4, the top 3 there, followed by Lisa, Fiona, and Lois, and the rest of the ladies. And so far, it's Faye Faber with 1 minute and 16 seconds. That's a very close stage between Faye Faye and Jaira, 0.232 seconds. And same with Dorancy. She was right back there too at 0.3 seconds. So great result for Faye and Jaira. But as always, we'll have to check in with our segment hunter later on. We'll let these girls cool down before they start segment 5. And while they cool down, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back for the start of segment 5 at 14 kilometers. So the stage 6 is now over. And sorry, we had some technical difficulties where my mic has come unplugged. But now we're back. Sorry for the delay in the commentary there. So for the stage 6 overall so far, we have Mandana Dekan in the front, winning by a very small margin of 0.8 seconds, followed by Jaira. Followed by Jaira and Dorancy. So it's a very good finish for stage 6, all putting out some really good watts. Watts per kilos are up there. This is going to be a really good final segment. They're going to go ahead and have a little bit of recovery before they start the last segment, which is going to be number 7. And we're going to have to check those results after a while as well to see if anybody's going to try to mix them up. Just under 10K to go, though, for our main women pack here. And as I was saying earlier, while my microphone was disconnected, but didn't know it was disconnected, it's been great to see Faye Faber up there along with Catherine. They're making a really great showing. And Lisa Brommel from Germany. Faye put on an amazing race yesterday along with Jaira. And it's so happy to see that they are nicely recovered for today's stage 5. And I think they just need to keep doing what they're doing, positioning themselves well within the pack for a really well stage 5 finish today for their overall classification. So watching our left side of the screen here with our main pack of ladies, looks like everybody is slowing down just slightly, just kind of recover a little bit and getting ready to go for our last segment of today, segment 7, which starts at the 28-kilometer mark. And again, it is the second and final 5-kilometer segment. It'll bring us all the way pretty close to the finish line there. So we're gonna have to have Faye Faber up there along with Lisa and Jaira to get a really good overall classification. And as you can see there at the end of segment 7, that's when the climb really begins. And I expect to see Faye and Jaira battling it out on that climb. They have proven to be very strong this entire Solstice Championship so far. And as you can see, Jaira has the polka dot jersey, so she definitely knows how to get out of the saddle and get up these hills. So we're just inside a kilometer until we start segment 7. Having a look at Melina Valencia on the right side of our screen, she has just now come through the line to start segment 6. And she is upping the watts now. And I think, again, she's going to try to mix up the leaderboard here. Maybe try to take away the win from Mandana. But I think she's going to have her work cut out for her. And on the left side of our screen, you can see the ladies, the main pack there up front, approaching the start of the final segment today, segment 7. They're on a slight downhill right now. We're just going to give them a nice little boost, nice little recovery, spin down the legs a little bit before they have to start climbing up. They're going to make a left-hand turn here and start their ascent at the start of segment 7. So through the line now, and everybody's still pretty much together. The watts we'll start to see go up here, but it's not because of any crazy attacks, I don't feel. It's just going to be because they are going up an incline. Everybody's staying pretty close together. Watts are increasing. You can see some of the avatars getting out of the saddle here. Not an easy start to segment 7. With that nice little punchy uphill, kind of wakes the legs up from that little downhill they just had. But all the big names are up in there. Faye Faber, Kimberly Miller, Lisa Bromell, Katrine. So the whole pack is still very nicely together. And on the right, we can see Melina Valencia still trying to go for that segment 6. Her watt numbers have dropped pretty significantly from the previous segments where she was trying to take them. She was up in the 400s, 450s, but now you can see she's in the 300 range, mid 300s. So I'm wondering if those earlier efforts are starting to catch up with her physically, which wouldn't be surprising because those were some very maximum efforts from Melina Valencia. Pushing the speed around 50 kilometers per hour right now, but she is on a slight downhill and around 70 cadence. So her RPM's pretty low, so she's pushing. She's definitely in the big ring right now, giving it everything she has. Approaching the 440 watts. And now she's on the incline. And just about halfway through segment 6. Getting back to our main group here, still no real moves happening at the start of segment 7. They're only just about a kilometer in. But if you look back to our previous segments, that's kind of the deal. They'll kind of just stick together for the first kilometer or so. And then at the end, we'll start to see them break apart a little bit and see some attacks happen. Melina Valencia, though, still charging hard in the 400 watt range. She keeps getting up into that watt range there. So she is really giving it everything she has. In the previous segment, when the main pack went through segment 6, we didn't see this high wattage numbers for this long period of time. So she very well may take the stage 6 victory if she can keep up these numbers, keep her speed up, and just be consistent throughout the remaining kilometers of this stage. Just 1.2 kilometers to go from Melina Valencia on a nice downhill section right now, so she can really kind of pump up the watts, get some help from the road here, get some help from the downgrade. Now she's at the 1 kilometer to go to finish stage 6. And she's starting to pump up the watts here again. Speed's around 43 kilometers per hour, 4.2 watts per kilo. We're going to have to really check out the results as soon as she comes through the finish line there. Back at the front, still nothing crazy happening. Everybody sticking together. Jira's sticking with the pack as she should. Same with Faye Faber, Lisa Bromell, Catherine Fuhrer, all the big names that need to be up there to secure their overall classification at the end of stage 5 today. Approaching another little hill there. And Melina Valencia is now approaching the finish line for segment 6. 53 kilometers per hour. Coming through the line, and we'll have to see where it put her. And it put her at the top. Melina Valencia does steal segment 6 from Mandana Dekan with a time of 6 minutes and 57 seconds, 7 seconds faster than Mandana Dekan. Very good effort, Melina Valencia. She has a few kilometers now to kind of recover, and maybe she can try to go for segment 6 as well if she has any gas left in her tank. Back at the front of the race, girls are sticking together very well. Starting to see a little breakaways here and there, but I think it's people just spinning up their pedals just to get up this incline that they're on. Faye and Lisa have been working together very well this entire stage today. Right now, they're about 504 meters above sea level. So they're on their way up to the end of segment 7 and to the end of stage 5. Now the ladies have a nice little downhill before they start another climb here. Keeping my eyes on Jaira, who's just sitting at the back there. Now she's moving her way up to the front. And as you can see, she does have the polka dot jersey, so she for sure knows how to climb. So it's going to be really interesting here in the next few hundred meters to see who's going to launch the attack and who's going to go for the win for segment 7. So now we can start to see some action happening within the front pack here. Looks like Fiona, Madonna, everybody's kind of getting their way up to the front here, getting themselves in a nice position. Just under a kilometer to go to segment 7. And I think about now is when we'll start to see some real heavy attacks happening. It looks like Jaira is starting to launch her attack. With 200 meters to go, now we can start to see a lot of the action happening. It was Lisa Bromell leading out, but now it's Catherine from Switzerland with Mandana Dekan right there with her. So these 4 ladies, excuse me. We have Lowe's there as well. They're all going to come to the line together, and we'll see who takes the win for segment 7. So far, it looks like Mandana Dekan, followed by Lisa Bromell and Lowe's. That's a very good segment there for Madonna Dekan with a total time of 9 minutes and 25 seconds, beating out Lisa from Germany by just 1.4 seconds, and same with Lowe's with 1.453. A very good finish there to segment 7. But now it's on to the main finish line, the one that matters the most for your overall classification, and that's the finish line of stage 5. The 33K mark right now, 33 and a half, just under 2 kilometers to go to the end of stage 5. And this is the pack that we need to watch because one of them is going to take today's stage win. See on the right side of her screen, Jaira, she's at 33.3, so she's about 400 meters back behind this chase group here, behind the main group, excuse me. So she has a lot of work to do to catch up to that main group. Doesn't look like she's putting out much effort right now, but she doesn't have much time to really launch an attack if she wants to be right back up in there to secure her placing for the overall classification. So just 1 kilometer to go here to the end of stage 5. And it looks like it's going to be one of these 5 ladies. But only 4 seconds back from this pack is Faye Faber that we have on screen now. So the pack is within her sights. So at any point here, she can launch an attack to get across that finish line first and to help out her overall standings for today at the end of stage 5. Doesn't look like she's putting out much of an attack right now. Neither do these ladies. They're just kind of sitting in, just watching each other, watching the data on the right side of their screen, seeing who's going to go for what. Just under 400 meters to go now to the finish of stage 5. I keep watching the data on the screen here, checking through different riders, see who's going for it. But it looks like they're all just kind of toying with each other. And now they start to pick up the pace here. Just 100 meters to go to the finish line. They can all see it in their sights at the crest of this hill. Out in front, it's going to be Lowe's. She is going to be the one to take today's stage 5, unless anybody can answer the attack and beat her there. And it looks like it's going to be Catherine Fuhr from Switzerland taking that stage win right from Lowe's. That was an incredible performance by Catherine. She is going to be our winner today for stage 5. And now we have Faye coming through the finish line as well. She's going to be finishing in that 6th position, it looks like. And Jaira. Wondering what happened to Jaira back there. She was up front, and then all of a sudden she kind of popped off. So maybe she didn't have anything left in her tank after going all out for some of those segment wins. But on the right of our screen, you can see the overall standings for today, stage 5. For Spartan Obstacles, it is Catherine from Switzerland and her teammate Loz Norale. For Strong Girls in 3rd place, it's going to be Lisa Bromell from Germany and Mandana Dekan in 4th for Strong Girls as well. So good showing for Spartan Obstacles and Strong Girls today in stage 5. We're still waiting for Jaira to cross the line. Just 200 meters away. I'm sure she's going to be happy to get across the line today and then kick the feet up and recover and hope for a better performance tomorrow. Not saying today was bad by any means. Just expected her to be right up front battling it out for today's stage 5 win. So there she goes. She crosses the line there in 9th place. And it looks like her teammate Dorancy will come in and finalize for the top 10. She as well is just 200 meters away from today's finish. And through the line she goes. So that's a wrap for today's stage 5. And then tomorrow we have stage 6. Stage 6 is going to be a good one. All of our segments are still back where they need to be. They're all 1 kilometer segments except for the last two, which again will be 2 5-kilometer segments. And it's going to be a really punchy climb at the end of tomorrow's stage as well. A little bit harder than today's, it looks like, just by the grade and elevation. The elevation tops off at 437 meters. And then through the whole course, you can see they start off at a little bit of an incline. They go downhill, and then they start to go up. So I expect to see, again, some really fast mid-segments tomorrow. And hopefully we get some of our climbers back up there, get Faye Faber up there along with Jaira, and have another amazing mountain finish for tomorrow's stage 6. And that's going to wrap up today's broadcast. Everybody, thank you guys so much for joining us for the Winter Solstice Championship. Stay tuned. Later on, we have the men's race coming up. I'll be joined by Abdullah again, and all will be well in the world. Thank you guys again so much for watching. And again, congratulations to Catherine from Switzerland on today's Stage 5 win.